To the center of the football universe, the 77th Annual Maxwell Football Club Awards. Tonight, here in this beautiful concert hall, all the great fans of the Maxwell Football Club have gathered, some 1,300 strong, and some of the best, very best, on all levels of football to be honored tonight.
It's a real honor to be here. I want to thank the Maxwell Football Club for having me here and uplifting athletes. That's the reason why I'm here today. When I was diagnosed with cancer, my team came together, and one teammate found Scott Shirley at Penn State. And Scott ran this organization that got football players and football teams together to come together to use their platform of football to raise money for rare diseases. And in 2003, Scott put this program together to raise money for his father. Now, 2013, 2014, there's 21 schools across the country all following in suit, raising money for rare diseases. And tonight, we have the pleasure of honoring one player, one student, one promoter, one ambassador from one of those schools from University of Nebraska. And C.J. Zimmer is a quality human being. I got the chance to spend time with him last night and his family. And the fact that he came into college, he didn't say, I'm just going to use my academic skills. I'm going to use my football skills. I'm going to do more. I'm going to use this platform that football gave me to take a 5-year-old boy who's diagnosed with brain cancer and lift him up, to make him feel like he is all-powerful, to make him feel the sensation of scoring a touchdown on the Division I college football field. That is what this is about. That is what the Maxwell Football Club is about. That is what Uplifting Athletes is about. And as we push forward, we would love more men like C.J. Zimmer to stand up in their schools. And that is the passion we have, and that is the passion that he displays. So please, everyone, help me welcome C.J. Zimmer from the University of Nebraska to accept this award on behalf of his teammates and the Uplifting Athletes organization. Thank you.
Of all the great moments in Nebraska football history, this one had a special twist.
It is Jack Hoffman of Team Jack coming out on the field right now in this 4th down and short. For the red team, Jack Hoffman has been adopted really by this football team.
You know, he runs out there and there's 50, 60,000 fans screaming. I'm sure he was kind of in awe a little bit, but we kind of drew up on the sideline where to go and how to line up, but that kind of all went out the window, and we're trying to, show them a running back stance out of the shotgun, and, we're trying to tell them what we're going to do out there and stuff. But I'm sure for any little kid, it's a little overwhelming.
It was Nebraska's spring game. More than 61,000 people were watching a key 4th and 1 call.
Yeah, I was kind of waving him along, trying to get him to come, but, as you saw, he took off left and it came running back around the edge.
So Taylor gets the shotgun set, gives it to Jack. Here he goes. He's got blockers out in front. There he goes. Run up the midfield. Listen to this crowd.
A year earlier, 5-year-old Jack Hoffman was diagnosed with brain cancer. There was surgery. Then a second was required. They told his parents that Jack might not survive.
It was horrifying. It was horrifying. It's one of those days that you'll never forget, And I just was whispering in his ear, Jesus loves you. At that point, I was fairly confident that might be the last thing I would ever say to him.
More than anything, Jack wanted to meet Nebraska's star runner. And so Rex Burkhead invited Jack for a visit. And lifelong teammates were born. The Huskers would dedicate a home game to pediatric brain cancer awareness. Against Wisconsin, Jack helped lead the team down their red carpet, and little Jack was literally raised up. He touched hearts and the Nebraska Good Luck Horseshoe. So did cancer victim Isaiah Casilla, but he would not be so lucky. Jack miraculously survived his second surgery. And in April, C.J. Zimmer, now leading Nebraska's chapter of Uplifting Athletes, had an idea.
We had a team meeting, before the spring game, and we had talked about it, but we didn't really have a plan of what was going to happen. Nobody planned to run on the field, you know, and lift him up in the air. It just, everybody let him, you know, take the lead, and that's why it was such a great thing. It wasn't forced, you know, or anything like that. It was just a kid, you know, living his dream a little bit, and us just being able to be a part of it, which was awesome.
Ironically, Zimmerer would score in the game, but with 7 minutes to go and the score close, Nebraska coach Bo Pelini called a timeout, facing 4th and 1.
Coach Bo was trying to figure out what's the best time to do this, and it just worked out great. You know, we were about midfield, you know, a little behind midfield, and we said, you know, let's just do it here. It's a great time. Instead of punting or whatever, we'll throw Jack in there and let him and see what happens. And sure enough, takes off and runs for a touchdown. So.
As Jack Hoffman, a young man that, as I mentioned, has really been adopted by this football team, just scored a touchdown.
Oh, wow. What a moment.
And both benches empty.
That's what Uplifting Athletes is all about, trying to fund that research along with the Team Jack Foundation and other organizations alike, you know, trying to fund that pediatric brain cancer research to be able to operate and get him good for, you know, for the rest of his life instead of having to worry day to day if he's going to be back in the hospital.
And now a world a little better, a little more aware.
C.J. Zimmer, chapter president of Uplifting Athletes at Nebraska. As a starting fullback, he led the way for one of the best ground games in college football. As a lead blocker in the fight against pediatric brain cancer, the Maxwell Football Club is proud to honor him and his teammates tonight.
I just want to start off by thanking the Maxwell Football Club. Everything here has been first class. You know, a kid from Nebraska. We don't get a lot of great galas like this, so it's been a real honor. And I especially want to thank Uplifting Athletes for all the guidance and opportunities to be involved with the rare disease community and for always reminding us that there's more to life than football. So thanks a lot.